You stand there like a prize someone thinks they can appraise. But listen, you are not for sale. You are not an exhibit, and no ledger in this world will ever balance what you cost me. Do you hear me? They can offer me empires made of glass and crowns that melt in sunlight. I will set every one of them down like a worthless coin if it means my hand stays around your waist. I am not arguing with temptation. I am naming it. The world may shout its bargains, but my silence around you is louder than every clinking promise they bring. You think my anger is a storm? Good, let it be. Let them watch as thunder keeps the thieves away. My fury is the boundary no one can cross. I loved you when you were a whisper. I loved you when your laugh was a dangerous thing. Loving you hardened me, not into stone, but into a fortress that refuses every envoy. Tell me who dares to call you theirs, and I will show you how quickly their claim becomes a shadow. Insubstantial, gone when the sun finds it. I will not bargain for your breath or auction your name. If the world tied itself into knots and hung your likeness from its highest flag, I would burn that flag with my eyes. They will bring maps and witnesses, contracts with signatures and seals. I will tear each one into confessions and scatter them to prove what? That paper could ever mean more than the scar inside my chest that remembers your touch. Do you know what it is to be owned by a memory? Do you know what it is to carry a woman's laugh as a weapon and a warmth? I would rather be poor with you than wealthy with 1,000 hollow echoes. You are not a risk to be managed. You are the only true currency I've ever trusted, and I will not cash you out for some glittering illusion of safety. If they promise me the world, I will hand it back politely and keep the small dark of your hand in mine. The world is a noisy theater. You are my private scene. Every offer they make is an attempt to distract me with light. I will close my eyes and count the heartbeat under your ribs instead. That is where the ledger ends. Look at me. I am not bargaining with fate. I am drafting rules. Rule 1, you are not theirs. Rule 2, you are mine to guard, not to possess like property, but to protect like air. I am not pleading. I am stating the terms of my own spine. Do not mistake my love for weakness. It is a force that rearranges priorities and demolishes pretenders. Let them come with their armies of reason and polite ultimatums. I will respond in a language they do not speak. Persistence, insistence, the slow, immovable patience of a man who will not be rerouted. You asked me once if I would stay. I am answering now, not with a pretty promise but with a practice. I stay. I stay when storms come, when mundane cruelty leaks in, when boredom tiptoes. I stay. If loving you makes me unreasonable, then call me unreasonable until your name tastes like forgiveness on my tongue. I choose this impossibility gladly, daily. So mark this, not as a vow made to please others, but as a fact I lay at your feet. No feast, no fortune, no fleet of pleading strangers will ever convince me to unclench my fingers from you. Keep your head against my chest and listen. The world will offer, bargain, and regret. We will sit untouchable by their mathematics, because what I have is not measured by numbers. If the choice is between a whole world that doesn't know you and a single breath that is yours, I will choose that breath until my last calculation fails and there is nothing left to count. Do you think this fire inside me was lit by accident? No. It was born the first time your eyes met mine and told me something the world has been trying to unteach me ever since, that I could belong without being tamed. Do you understand the gravity of that? Do you understand that when I say no one can take you from me, it is not a threat born of possession, it is a declaration born of survival. Every breath I've taken since that moment has been wired to you. When they try to pull you away, they are not simply taking a woman from a man, they are trying to extract the very heartbeat from his chest. And I will not stand still for that. Not for their bribes, not for their polished words, not for their crowns and currencies. They will come to you with promises, dressed in velvet, speaking soft lies about freedom, about opportunities, about a life without me. They will dress their theft as kindness. They will call their betrayal a rescue. But I see through them, every single one of them. I know the difference between a promise and a promise that builds and a promise that erases. They can give you palaces, but they will also take your name, your breath, your laughter, and reduce you to a reflection of their power. And I will never, do you hear me? Never let that reflection replace the real you. I would rather break every chain they forge with my bare hands than watch them place a crown on your head that is heavier than your spirit. They think I am angry because I am insecure. They are wrong. My anger is a weapon sharpened by clarity. It is a warning flare. It is the howl of a man who has understood the cost of losing you, not just to another man, but to a world built to grind softness into silence. I know how easily people become ghosts in someone else's story. I know how love is bartered like it's a commodity. But not you. Not with me. I will not let them write you out of my life as if you were a minor character. If they want to fight, they will find a war they never trained for. Do you know what I've turned down for you? Do you know the offers I've refused? They came to me with papers thicker than bricks, signatures as heavy as iron, fortunes stacked like towers. They wanted me to trade you for a future made of mirrors and empty applause. And I looked at all of it. I looked at them. And I chose you. Again and again. I chose the way your hand fits mine when the world is falling apart. I chose the way your silence speaks louder than their speeches. I chose the way your heartbeat teaches me patience. These are not things you throw away for comfort. These are not things you gamble for a throne. These are the things that teach a man how to be alive. I don't care if they say I'm obsessed. I don't care if they call me mad. What they call madness is the one sane thing I've ever known. Because, in a world where everyone gives up too easily, holding on to you is an act of rebellion. Loving you with this kind of fury is not a weakness, it's a resistance. They want men to be quiet, to nod, to trade, to sign, to comply. I refuse. I will not comply. I will not sign. I will not nod. I will stand even if my voice shakes, even if my fists bleed, even if my name becomes a curse in their courts. Because at least then, you will know I didn't bend. They may call me dangerous. They may call me impossible. Good. Let them call me everything. Because when you stand next to me, they will also have to call you untouchable. They will have to learn that some loves are not transactional, some bonds cannot be negotiated. That some men, once they have seen the truth, cannot go back to sleep. And I have seen the truth, and the truth is you. The truth is your face at dawn, your voice in the dark, your defiance when the world tries to tame you. That is what I have sworn to. That is what I will defend. Even if it means setting fire to every illusion they hold sacred. So go ahead, let them bring their armies of reason, their courts of opinion, their theaters of public shame. Let them whisper your name as if it were a cautionary tale. I will stand here unshaken and speak it like a prayer. I will make the walls of their temples tremble with it. Because they can take the gold, the land, the cities. They can take the illusions. But they cannot take you. Not from me. Not from this. Not from the man who has already given up the world once and is prepared to do it again. Do you see my hands trembling? It's not fear. It's restraint. Every nerve in me is screaming to act, to tear down the walls they've built between us. But I'm holding still because right now my words are sharper than any blade. Do you know what it's like to be a man who could destroy everything for you, but chooses instead to stand and speak? It's a war fought in silence and patience, and yet every second of that patience is a warning: do not test me. Do not think that because I am still, I am weak. My stillness is the surface of a storm. Underneath, I am already moving, already calculating, already burning. I have learned their tactics. I know how they smile while they steal. I know how they shake hands while plotting how to separate us. And I am ready. If they want diplomacy, I can be polite. If they want war, I can be ruthless. But what they cannot have, what they will never have, is the part of me that belongs to you. The part of me that chooses you when no one's watching. The part of me that would rather be exiled than celebrated without you beside me. They can exile me, strip me, defame me, but they cannot unwrite the nights we've had, the truths we've built. That's what terrifies them. They can break laws, but they cannot break history. They think I will beg them. They think I will bow. But I've already thrown away everything they offered to keep you. There's nothing left to threaten me with. They've already lost their leverage. When a man has decided that one woman's heartbeat is worth more than a world's applause, he becomes unstoppable. That's who I am now. Unstoppable. They can call me a villain, they can drag my name through the mud, but I will still stand here, my hand outstretched, waiting for you. And if you take it, I will walk through fire with you. I will tear through the teeth of their lies, until there's nothing left but ash. Do you understand what you've done to me? You have undone my hunger for thrones. You've made me reject crowns. You've turned every offer of power into an insult. You've burned every bridge I once thought I needed, and in the ashes I found a road that leads only to you. That's why I'm angry, not because of jealousy, but because the world dares to think it can outbid me. As if you were some token to be traded, as if they could measure you in weight or gold. They are fools. They don't know what they're trying to take. They are reaching for fire with bare hands, and when they burn, they will learn what it costs to touch what is mine. And yet, listen to me, because this matters. I do not call you mine like property. I call you mine like breath, like heartbeats, like something I will protect even if it destroys me. You are mine because I have chosen you, and because you have chosen me. Not because I bought you, not because I trapped you. Because we stood against the same storm and refused to be torn apart. That is the bond they can't understand. That's why they will fail. Because they are trying to fight something that isn't built on paper, but on scars and trust and nights too long to recount. Let them come. Let them bring their laws, their threats, their armies. I will stand at the door and I will not move. I will take their blows if I have to. I will stand until my knees buckle, until my name is erased, until my voice is gone. But even if they silence me, they will still not have you, because every time they look at me, they will see the man who refused, the man who burned their offers, the man who turned his back on the world for a single heartbeat. And that will haunt them. That will remind them that some things cannot be bought. Some people cannot be moved. So look at me now. Look at me and remember this moment. This is the line. This is where the world ends and we begin. This is where I draw the boundary in fire. This is where I say to every hand reaching for you, stop. Turn back. There is nothing here for you. Because she is not yours. She is not a crown to wear. She is not a jewel to display. She is not a prize to parade. She is the pulse that keeps me alive, and I am the shield that keeps her free. And I will not step aside. Not now. Not ever. I have spent my life mastering control. I have walked into rooms full of kings and smiled while they lied to my face. I have swallowed anger until it turned to stone inside me. But tonight that stone breaks. Tonight the mask cracks. Do you hear the sound of it? It's my patience shattering. Because I will not stand still while they circle you like vultures. I will not stand still while they whisper bargains in your ear. Every second I stand here, every breath I take, is a warning there is a line they cannot cross. And if they do, I will show them what a man without fear looks like. They think power is in their signatures, their armies, their gold. They do not understand real power. Real power is a man who has already decided what he cannot lose. Real power is a man who will burn everything he built, who will burn himself, rather than surrender what makes him alive. Do you know what I would do for you? I would walk away from every throne, every title, every drop of inheritance. I would go to the edge of the world with nothing but my hands in your shadow and build something out of dust. And even there, even at the edge of nothing, I would still be richer than they are. Let them come. Let them drag my name through the dirt. Let them paint me as a villain. Let them send soldiers to my door. I will open it, and I will not flinch. I will stand in front of you and take the first blow, and the second, and the third. I will take it all until their arms tire and their courage falters. I will take it all until they look at me and realize what they are fighting is not a man, but a wall they cannot move. My blood on the floor will not be their victory. It will be their mirror, showing them what devotion looks like when it is beyond price. They will ask me, why risk everything for one woman? They will sneer, call it madness, call it obsession. But listen to me, in a world of masks, to love one person with your full face is the sanest thing you can do. In a world of counterfeit power, to hold one person tighter than gold is the strongest thing you can do. And if it is madness, then I will wear madness like armor. If it is a curse, then I will wear it like a crown, because it is mine and no one takes what is mine. I am telling you now, not as a threat, but as an oath carved into my own skin. I will not let them pull you from me. I will not let them turn our story into a footnote. If they build walls, I will climb them. If they set traps, I will break them. If they light fires, I will walk through them. If they turn the entire sky black to stop us, I will light it with my hands. I will fight until there is nothing left of me but a whisper, and even that whisper will still be calling your name. So stand with me now, not as a prize, not as a possession, but as the only truth I have left. Stand with me and know that no bargain will touch you, no offer will move me. The world can burn, the empires can fall, my name can disappear from history, but my hand will still be reaching for you. And even if I fall, even if I break, even if I am gone, what I feel for you will outlive me. It will crawl out of my bones and stand guard at your side long after I'm dust. That is the vow. That is the fury. That is the promise. This is where my speech ends and my war begins. This is where their games stop and our life starts. They may have everything else, the cities, the titles, the applause, but they will never have you. Not from me. Not while I breathe. Not while my heart is still hammering like this. Not while my blood is still red.